When you decided to run away from the family 33 years back, you had a dream to go back to the village as a rich person. Today, you're a co-founder and one of the largest shareholder of a 5,000 crore ID brand. Did you achieve your dream?
My dream was...
You did start distribution business, then vegetable business didn't work out. Cart decided to shut down. Kirana store you started losing money.
I think that, you thought of doing business with me
After seeing the tea
after
stall.
seeing the tea stall.
0 to 1 journey is something that you and your brothers traveled. But a 1 to 10 journey is something that we traveled together. 100 packet
Yes, 100
sales
packets.
is what we agreed. But we were not able to achieve that in 6 months. What was in your mind at that time? In 2012-13 time, we got a buyout offer. It's been 12 years now. Our buyout offer was around 20 crores. Today we are a 5,000 crore brand. Nasrka, we call him Nasrka. In fact, I call him Nachika, right? And I think he's now known as Nachika. Somehow, during my early days, by mistake, instead of I could not speak the word Nasrka. So,
In the childhood,
yeah.
we are grown together and we were very close by homes, and he only started calling me Nachika. Okay, instead of so in Malayalam, people call Ikka, elder brothers, like Bhaiya. Okay, so he started instead of Nasrka, he started Nachika.
Yeah,
So,
basically,
yeah.
I mean, I think those days I do not know how to pronounce Nasrka.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's the reason. My younger brother
But you
started
became-
calling me Nachika because of him. Yeah. Now
but you became known. You are now known as Nachika across, right? Cool. I think that's how this journey started. So maybe I think let's then start with our early days, right? One day, I woke up and heard that Nachika is missing, and my mom started crying. I had no background on what's happening. What happened on that day?
So yeah, when I passed my 10th standard, I used to go for daily wages. I mean, for again Gingerfield. So even if you get the job, the wages they pay after weeks. School. By the time it's college. After 10th, it was college. Then I tried my level best to maintain, to get books, and there was no fees. It was in a government college, but it was very difficult to manage. Then again, I decided to stop studying and going for daily wages job. So in my mind, I want to go somewhere very far. Then I want to be a rich man and come back to my village.
Okay.
Then I decided to,
So what? Run away.
escape from the place.
At what age? We were around 17?
No, 19.
19.
10 years. So 19, yeah, 19, 20 years in 1992. So you were in REC, I believe.
Yeah.
So actually, one of my friends, already know Bangalore. Okay, he told me that he can help me to job in Bangalore. Then he can support me to find some job. He came to my home by 10 o'clock.
Night, 10 p.m.
10 p.m. After 9 o'clock, everyone will sleep. So suddenly, I came out of the house with holding a plastic bag with my dress, and we don't know how to go to the bus stop. There is no vehicle available, nothing. I had only 100 rupees in my hand. And
The bus stop was 14 kilometers away from the village. 15 kilometers, yeah.
then we decided to walk. Then in 2-3 hours, we reached the bus stand. Wait for 2 hours. By the time, only one bus was there from Calcutta to Bangalore. Morning 4 o'clock, I believe. So I took the bus, and there was no food on the way because I have only 100 rupees. 65 rupees was the ticket. 62 rupees, I believe. So only 38 rupees left. I can't, because ideally he is coming to help me, but I'm not. It was not affordable for me to take his ticket. So he take his ticket. I took my ticket, and I still remember that I bought some grapes from Mysore for 2 rupees or 3 rupees, and only that grape I have eaten.
Okay, take us to the story. How did you find your first job in Bangalore?
So he took me in Bangalore, Fatima Gali. There is a gully called Fatima Gali in Nilsandra. So it was in my mind, Bangalore was a neat and clean city. So I can work in wherever in shop or somewhere, it will be neat and clean. But it is extremely different situation. The gully was so dirty, and I don't want to eat food. Actually, in a small kirana store, job was ready. He already spoke to the shopkeeper, and job was ready. And I could see there are a lot of dirty surrounded, and people are. It's a drainage, main drainage. Bangalore main drainage is moving through this village. Okay, so the smell, everything. The people only living there, they used to it. In my case, very difficult, it's horrible for me. Then I said, I just want to have a walk in the evening. I'll come back, and from tomorrow onwards, I can start my duty. In the evening time, actually, I think by 4 o'clock we have reached the gully. Till then, we haven't had any food. So the ghee rice and some chicken curry was ready. No, I couldn't touch it because of the situation there. Then I came to the main road in the evening, and I took some watermelon on the roadside and eaten. Then I could see good stores, textiles, medical stores. Then I thought, even if I'm not getting salary, I can just ask them if they can support me to get some job. Then first I gone to a textile store and check with the owner. I am coming from Kerala. If you can support me, I can do any job. And he said,
he was also Malayali.
He was also Malayali. So he said, no, there is no job here. We need only a cook. Then I said, I can cook. So he asked me, are you a cook? You know how to cook? And I said, if you guide me, I can do whatever job. And he said, no, we need a proper cook. Then the next door, it's a footwear store. So that person was listening everything, and he was laughing at me. And I asked him, can I get a job in footwear? He said, we'll discuss. Then he also started talking to the textile owner. Then he said, anyway, he's ready to do the job, right? Please keep him. Let him be here.
You're what, 19 years at that time, 20 years?
20 years. Then he said, okay. Then he said, not only cooking, you have to clean the floor, you have to do housekeeping also. I said, okay.
Sweeping.
So by the time there's no mop at all. With the hand, you have to mop the floor. Then, I was ready to do anything. Then immediately I ran to the gully and I told that I have got a job in so-and-so shop and I'm not coming here. So I took my bag and come back. In the textile, actually, I was very happy because it's a neat and clean place.
Out there, a question. So for almost, if I remember correctly, 6 months, more than 6 months, right? We had no idea about your whereabouts.
Yeah, so
you were missing.
Yeah, so there is no phone in the village. Okay, so I wrote a letter that I'm safe. I reached Bangalore, and
that was after like many months, right?
Yeah, I think after a month time, I wrote a letter. I believe I remember that. So my duty was there is a borewell on the roadside. From that borewell, I have to take water, and 4th floor, it's a asbestos sheet for the staff, the dormitory. I used to take 2 buckets of water, and again I come back. When I reach with the second trip, that water will be missing. Someone will use that. I'm new, right? So anyways, I managed to cook food. Each and every time I'll check with the owner. So how to prepare, he'll explain everything. Then as per his guidelines, I became an average cook.
Okay. There are 2 things that I want to connect this with to ID. One, you were the first person from the family to come to Bangalore.
Yeah.
And you were the first person to work as a chef. And these 2 helped you to start ID.
Yeah. I used to complete the cooking process in 1 or 2 hours each and every time. And I immediately come to the shop floor. It was not asked, only their requirement was, morning and evening I have to clean the floor and cook the food. So almost all the time, I'll be in the shop floor because, I wanted to learn the language, local language, and I want to study sales. Usually in textile showroom, people show you clothes, whichever is already open. The folded ones, they will not show because again they have to fold it and give. So I used to open everything, and whichever cloth customer shows, everything I will open and I'll show it, and I used to fold it properly and keep it. So owner was watching all those things. I was very smart at sales and this thing. Even though I don't know language barrier, I am very active on floor. Then he decided to keep 1 more cook. So after 6 months,
was it like assistant or
No.
replacement?
He completely
he gave you promotion
as a salesman. Then after 6 months, one day he gave the cash key to me and told that I'm going to hometown for a week time. You should take care of everything. Just after 6 months, my salary was 600 rupees, and he told me from this month onwards, your salary will be 700. So promotion.
Not per day, per month.
Per month.
Okay.
Yeah.
But free food and accommodation.
Free food and accommodation. From there, actually, unfortunately, he was appointed someone to look after me, even though he has given the key. Then
trust, but verify.
Verify. Then I knew that, this is not the way to handle. So I want to, move out from the shop. So I was very sincere, and it was my shop, and everything I want to be perfect there. If somebody is looking me in that manner, I don't want to work with him. Then immediately I decided to move to the next store. There my salary was 1,000 rupees.
Cool.
And by that time I decided I don't want to be under someone.
You
I
should do something
need-
of your own.
I want to do something my own, because if this is the experience, however I work for somebody, if they are not trusting me, then I don't want with anyone. So I continued 3 years over there, but it was there in my mind.
To start something of your own.
Yeah. So I don't know what to start, how to start. I used to visit my friend, Mr. Moidutika. He's from our same village. He had a kirana store in
HAL,
HAL.
I remember.
Yeah. So through him, I could connect one Mr. Shafi. He's still my partner. He was doing some dry fruit business, not spices business by that time. And he said he needed a salesman, and if you can join with him, I can talk. So I started working with the Shafi, and it was a incentive model. Not there was no fixed salary. Spice and only spices, ilachi, cardamom, and cinnamon. These 3 products I have to market. But the total business, they were doing around 35,000, 40,000 rupees per month. So there was huge opportunity in the market. And I started working with stores like MK Ahmed. By the time they were the bigger player in Bangalore. And I could close most of the big brands by that time. But still, only these 3 products, the volume was not very high. Then we have started, once I joined, we have started selling cashew, grape, dry fruits also. So it was slowly growing, but I could manage the petrol expense and my expense. There was nothing to save. Then I decided I have to do something my own. This is a side business. I see, again, it's not a branded, it's a commodity business. Yeah, there is no validation in this. We are getting the product from the source and repacking and giving. Okay. There is no validation. Then I thought of bringing my brother Shamsu from my village.
Did he agree, or did he reject the way you rejected your brother's offer?
No, that is with Jafar.
Okay.
Not with Shamsu.
Okay.
I brought Shamsu, and we started a vegetable store in front of a supermarket. It was a nice store, and we are getting a very good business. We were very happy. But end of the day, we see the account. It's a loss-making business. Initial days, we didn't know what happened, what is happening. Then we understood that all the fruits, it has been stolen in the night. We keep all our fruits and vegetables inside the supermarket. It's a marked area they have given in front of the supermarket for us. After 9 o'clock, the vegetable and fruits, we will close the shop, but they run till 11 o'clock, the supermarket. So staff over there, they used to eat all the fruits after we close the store. And there was a huge shortage of product in the next day morning. Then
in today's terms, inventory loss.
So there was a huge loss, and we decided to close the store. So after that, nothing left. Then only Shamsu and me, we decided to sell peanut in the street. Somehow we have to manage, right? The business is there, the dry fruit business is there.
With the cart.
The cart,
yeah,
normal cart. Then Shamsu used to prepare the peanut for evening. I go to the market for supplying spice and this thing. Evening I come back, I also joined to sell the product. So that was the income by that time. We get around 150 to 100 rupees per day. That's the ready money, right? See, the spices business, even if we get the sale, it is very difficult to collect the money from the market. So here it's a cash and carry. So 50 paisa, one sachet. In between, my friend Moidutika, our villager, the HL shopkeeper, he told me that one of his friends wants to invest some money. And there is a shop available in Tipsudra. If you can run that shop, I can manage to get the fund.
Who was the person?
Sedu,
yeah, okay, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, so he invested around 75,000 rupees. I managed to get 25,000 rupees credit. Took a loan from my friend Ashraf. He was working at Oman. So he has given 20,000 rupees, and father given 5,000 rupees. By the time the coffee, he sold all the coffee at beans at home. Then he has given 5,000 rupees. So I was my share was 1/4, and have to give something to him on monthly basis. So the store was it's a very small store actually. It's total investment was 1 lakh rupees. And see, the guy who sold the store first, he was showing a good sale to sell the store. It was a trap actually. So when we started the store, we understood that people are not buying from us because the price is high. Then we realized that he was giving at a less than market price. So the business, we expected around 3,000, 4,000 by that time. But we are getting around 1,000 plus 1,000, 200,000 kind of business. Again, I managed to fund some more money, and I try to manage to get more inventory.
Expand the store.
No, not expansion. Again, to get more sale. I mean,
Basically, you try to modernize the store. It was
yes,
a little kirana store, but you try to make it like a mini mart.
yeah. In between, Abdul Nazer said he need money back because whatever his expectation is not meeting. If you can run the store, you can run your own. Then again, somehow I managed to give back his money to borrow from my friends and family. Then again, the stock, everything is
No inventory left.
no inventory left. So one day, Mr. Shavi, the promoter of the spices company, he visited the store and he asked, "What happened? There is no stock." And I said, "I'm in the phase of
Shutting down.
shutting down. There is no way to take up." Then he said, "I'll come back in the evening." He gone back. Evening, he came back and given some money. You put the inventory and run the store. Where did you get this money? I know. Actually, I'm on daily basis, I'm working with him, right? So he don't have kind of money. There's no chance. And later I know that he convinced his wife and sell some gold and given the money. Later on, I knew that. So that was the attachment, with him. Then we discussed, and so by that time, Jafar also came from
Jafar is your second brother.
Second brother. So sorry, not Jafar, Naushad. Jafar came later. So
Naushad is your third brother.
Yeah, third brother. So Naushad was working with some other electrical plumbing company. I just sent Naushad there to as an intern to learn the plumbing and electrical job. So he was like an intern there. Then myself and Shamsu were discussing how to survive. Even though we have two businesses, one is spices and this kirana store.
How about the cart business?
Cart business we left. Once we taken the kirana store,
okay,
then cart business left. So we were on daily basis we explored one or the other idea how to survive. Then one day Shamsu told me that we can start a tea stall, tea business. Then I said, how do we start a tea business? Both of us, we don't know how to make tea, good tea. Then he said, if you can find a place, proper place, I learn how to make tea. Then I spoke one of my friends who run a bakery in HL. He used to open the store early morning, 5 o'clock, because overnight shift is ending at 6 o'clock in the morning. So 6 o'clock, there is a huge business for him. And Shamsu used to go there. He has to open the store, the kirana store, 7 o'clock. But he used to go there early morning, 5:30. 1 hour he worked there and opened the store. And meanwhile, I managed to get a small store in the market.
The Pasar market area, right?
Market. It was 80 rupees rent per day. That was a huge rent by that time. 80 rupees was very huge. It was in 1996. So we started tea stall there. Initially, if you want to get the break even, we have to sell minimum 14-liter milk of tea. That volume tea we have to sell. But even after 6 months, it was below 10 liter. So one person salary and this store and everything put together, it was a loss-making business again. Then I thought, see, there is a big crowd there. Tea means, people need morning and evening. Most of them are having tea. Why we are not getting tea business? Then we tried to understand what is missing. Then tried, making a good tea for to have a proper tea. What we thought we can go for a good brand of tea powder and milk, everything, Then we have made a system
for quality consistency.
For a quality consistency. There will be a proportionate mix. We already build it, and whenever you give the tea, it's a same taste. So then we started getting gradually good business. Meanwhile, Jafar came from a village.
Initially, he didn't want to come.
He was doing his own business. He was doing a good business in Kerala. One day I heard that it was some collapse happened in his business and some 40,000 rupees, some debt is there. Then we all three decided to bring him over and clear the debt. When he came to Bangalore, he decided to run the tea stall. And
that's why it became the Lambu Tea Stall, right?
Lambu Tea Stall.
Yeah, I remember. It was called Lambu Tea Stall because Jafar is very tall.
So he tried different strategies. He started. We used to open the store in the morning 6 o'clock. He used to open 5, 4, and finally he started opening 2 o'clock. So that was a super hit.
So the tea stall available at that time.
At that time, but there are a lot of night shifts going. So there are a lot of buses and
plus the market gets activated by that time.
Yeah. So it's a vegetable market, right? So people open their store and getting stuff ready the early morning. So no tea were available in the surrounded area. That idea, was a super hit by that time. We started selling 50, 60, 70. Finally, we sell around 120 liter milk per day.
Oh,
It
so
was a
almost
huge queue at
It's
the
almost like 10 times what
10
you
times
initially
what you
planned.
expected. So that was the turning point. Actually, we realized that we really making money for the time being. The one tea was 2 rupees. So the surrounded area, all the tea stalls, they sell at 150, but we sell at 2 rupees.
Premium quality.
Premium quality, service and quality is ensured. And yeah, I think, you visited by that time once.
Yeah.
So I think that, you thought of doing business with me
After seeing the tea
after
stall.
seeing the tea stall. He asked a question to me, how can you sell, at 2 rupees when others are selling at 150? I said, this is the common sense. When you ensure the quality and, service, people are, customers are there. Then we started investing in kirana store, in spices business.
So whatever profits is generated,
Yeah, we started investing in other businesses. Yeah, so that was the turning point actually.
so just to summarize, you did start a distribution business as a incentive model. Before, of course, after doing some job, then you started a cart business.
No, the vegetable business.
Vegetable business didn't work out. Cart decided to shut down. Kirana store started losing money. Tea stall started again losing a lot of money. And Jafar was the turning point.
Yeah, actually, before Jafar, we could identify the issue.
Yeah.
We could identify the issue, and business was growing.
The decision of changing the work timing from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah, so gradually when he came, he dedicatedly working for tea stall. Yeah. Myself, I didn't make a tea.
Yeah.
Even Shamsu was also, initial days Shamsu was there, and there was a employee there. We were trying to guide him, but our direct involvement was very less. Okay, so when Jafar came to the tea stall, he dedicatedly worked with that, and he was into it. So that is the reason he could build it.
So 2 learnings, right? One, dedicated, focused attention.
Yes.
And second, maybe some disruptive business model, right?
Yes.
When you say disruptive business model, when everyone is operating at 6 a.m., you guys identified that there are customers who could start having tea at 2 in the morning and then change the timing.
Yes.
That became the turning point. So I think we used to discuss various ideas. I decided to come back to India in 2002-3 time. I decided to come back for 3 reasons. One, I had a plan to pursue my higher studies. And second, I want to spend more time with my parents. Third, I want to do something different in my life. There are a lot of smart kids from the village who are smarter than me, but they were not lucky enough to go out of the village and see a better world outside. And then I thought, is there something that I can do for them? These were 3 things I decided to come back to India. Of course, then I did my MBA from IIM Bangalore. During my MBA days, I used to discuss various ideas with him. And this was one such idea. The idli batter was one such idea.
Even before that, I have discussed with him a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
But he wanted to do only IT business, not ID business, IT business. When he started going in
IIM Bangalore time.
IIM Bangalore,
I sort of initiated the discussion, but didn't venture into that.
Yeah.
Myself and my friend Nilesh, we decided to start a finishing school. You remember that, right? And that was the IT that we want to start initially. But then this so happened one day that when we were discussing various ideas, the idli batter.
Yeah, the idli batter idea actually, in the kirana store, Shamsu was handling the store. I was always, only evening time I am available to store, otherwise I used to go to the market. So from 96 to 2004, I was there in the market. So I know the market, but I couldn't build the sale because of my product. The product was, it was not a, I can't say it's a product, it's a commodity. Anybody can do it. The spice and dry fruit picking and selling. But I could, build a very rapport, a very good connection with the retailers. One day in the kirana store, when we were discussing different ideas, one person came with a batter pack with putting a rubber band kind of stuff. Then he said he will supply 2-3 times in a week. You can try. People are selling. It's a very good product, and you can try the product. And that time itself we discussed. It's a very good idea, but if we don't know how to make it. Then he started coming on not daily basis. We used to sell around 5-6 packets per week, in every week. But customer started asking the hygiene, the manufacturing date. There was nothing in the pack.
There was a sticker, I remember, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the sticker was inside as well.
Yeah. Then we started, discussing on this matter. Why can't we start this business? Then so Shamsu was always talking that, we want to start this business. We can, we have a lot of, in fact, he was talking to me that more than 1,000 stores in Bangalore. If we can start it, we can succeed. Then I said, there are a lot of things we have to plan. First of all, fund. Second thing, the know-how. Then in between us, we discussed, and immediately I called Mustafa. I said, Mustafa, there is an idea. If you can start this business, we can give service to so and stores, and we can make a kind of volume. Then immediately he said, okay, you start the business, and let people call you Abdul Nazer. I said, I'm okay as far as I'm getting a good business. I'm okay with the name. So that's what we have started this discussing on this. And he was always in that side, whatever business we start, we need to support our family and villages. So that was his. So the business always, I used to discuss the area which I involved, that is supermarkets and kind of business. He was telling that if we should start a business kind of if we can support our family and villages, we need to grow in that way. Then once we discussed this point, he sort of agreed. Then we decided to grind our own.
Let us talk about the initial days of idli, right? I still remember I had invested 50,000 rupees, right?
Yeah, that was the first investment.
First investment. With that money, I remember you bought a small stone grinder.
No, initially we had the scooter and kind of stuff. And I invested that money first, and you have given me that money after 6 months or so. I remember that.
Okay.
So initially we have invested only 50,000 rupees in the trial and error time. We bought 2 grinders, and initially we bought one grinder for trial. Then once the trial completed, it took around 6 months. Once the trial completed, then one more grinder we bought. One grinder capacity is 50 kg batter per day. And the idea was, if we want to start this business, initial target strategy what we made, the quality should be matched to the homemade batter. Actually, better than that. Second thing, then only we can start this business. Then we have agreed that we can go only 20 stores.
Yeah.
So
let's talk a bit about that. You don't have any background in food technology.
Yeah.
How did you crack the idli batter making idea?
First of all, when I got this idea, my aim was to be hands-on with the product, because if I want to start this business, I have to have the product, the know-how. So how to make batter. I decided to work 2 hours on daily basis after my market visit. Myself and Shamsu, we dedicatedly working 2 hours on daily basis to grind the batter. So I used to talk to our customers and street vendors who prepare idli dosa, and to our family. Then started making different combinations and different method of grinding with different raw materials. Initial days, there was no result at all. Then once we started discussing with street vendors, what I offered them, if you can give your recipe, I can give you the batter freely. Then they started giving their recipe. That was also not that great, but our neighborhood customers, some Tamil grandmas, once I started giving batter to them freely, they supported me to build the thing. They have given different ideas, and they helped to fine-tuning the batter. So it took around 6 months.
Yeah, I remember. So I still remember one day I used to get product samples from him almost every day, idli batter, right? We used to try at home. It was an okay product. I remember one day I got one product sample. I still remember the combination, recipe, which dal, which rice, which proportion, all of them I remember. That idli was like the best idli I ever had in my life. Then I called him immediately. I said, lock this. You remember the discussion, right? And that's how I think that recipe got locked. And of course, then we started creating same thing consistently multiple times, right? Yeah. Same recipe, are we able to create it consistently? That process, I think, took around 6 months, is what you said, right? Yes. Then we decided to launch the batter in the market. Of course, we got the packaging done with the help of a friend. And then, when we decided to launch, I thought something we did pretty well during the initial days of ID, which became the foundation for ID in future as well. One, as you mentioned, we said we will launch a product only if it is better than a homemade batter. Second, we said we will keep our products 100% natural, no chemicals, no preservatives, nothing artificial in it. Third, we said we will keep it fresh. The other vendor was supplying the batter to you once a week. Yeah. We said we will start giving batter fresh on a daily basis. Fourth, we said we will stay highly focused, meaning we picked in your network 20 stores, and we said we'll supply only in these 20 stores.
That is again combination of supermarkets and
I know. So those 20 stores, you had picked those 20 stores, and we said we will do a trial run for the next 6 months. our target was to take 100 packet
Yes, 100
sales
packet
in
sales.
these 20 stores in 6 months.
Yeah.
This is what we agreed. But we were not able to achieve that in 6 months. I still remember. We discussed. And then as a team, we decided that, I think if I remember correctly, we were selling around 40 packets or so that time in a day.
Initial days, it was 25 packets.
I think after 6 months,
After
I think
I have 50, 60 packets. Yeah.
around 50 packets if I remember correctly. But we had set a target of 100 packets a day in 6 months in 20 stores. We did not deviate from the initial understanding for the initial 6 months.
So actually, other stores were asking.
Yes.
The neighborhood stores, they were also asking, but I said,
we're testing.
Yeah, we are testing. We may continue.
We were not very sure that we'll be able to continue this business. Right? And I still remember, it could have been a difficult decision for both of us that we had set a target of 100 packets in 20 stores in 6 months. In terms of the KPI achievement, we had a 40-50% achievement, right, in 6 months. We could have taken a decision to drop the project at that time. But what was in your mind at that time? Let's complete. What was in your mind at that time that instead of dropping this, let us give it 3 more months? I still remember the discussion that we said instead of 6 months, let's give it 3 more months and see whether we're able to give it 100
what
packets.
I learned from my tea business.
Yeah.
If there is a quality and service, if there is an opportunity in the market, there is we have to be patient and study the, the issue what is going on. Then if you crack the issue addressed, then you are done. So that's what I could prove in the tea business. The same way, I was getting a very good review from the customers who are regularly using our product. And there was missing, what I realized, the awareness.
Yeah.
So if I could fill that gap, definitely it can be a big hit. That was in my mind.
Okay. Now, so my question to you was, instead of 6 months, we both had agreed a KPI of 6 months, 100 packets in 20 stores. But we both were flexible, right? Even though we had achieved only 50% of the KPI, we both were flexible that we will give it 3 more months. I know what was going through my mind, but what was going through your mind at that time?
I love the product because I was not a fan of idli and dosa. But when I started making idli dosa, I used to have on daily basis.
Yeah.
I had 100% confidence that this is the product, we can sell.
So I'll tell you what was going through my mind at that time. Part of it is what you said, which is I was not a regular user of idli dosa until that time. But once I started trying our idli batter, I started loving it. I started falling in love with idli. And then that was my confidence on the product, right? So even if it is not 6 months, I thought even if it is going to take another couple of months, let's try. Let's not give it up. One. Second thing, at the same time, I was doing my MBA from IIM Bangalore, right? And we were conducting a market research.
Yes.
Myself and a couple of my friends were conducting market research. I still remember we went to the store called Nilgiri store on Brigade Road, Bangalore. And they had their local batter in the store. Own batter, right? I think they were selling probably around 50 packets of batter that time, per day, fresh batter. So that was an eye opener for me. I said, we are struggling here to sell 50 packets a day, but there is one store selling 50 packets a day. That gave me confidence that let's not drop this idea, let's go forward. So the message here is, it is important to plan KPIs. It is important to be stay focused. It's also important to understand the reality and be flexible wherever it is required, right? In changing the course of the business in between. Cool. Let's move forward. When did you start loving doing the idli batter business? The real love.
So one day I was supplying batter to a supermarket and I was stacking the batter in the fridge. Then one person called me and asked, who is this? Who is the owner of this product? Some issue happened. Then I asked myself, I am doing. You are the supplier, right? No, I am the manufacturer. And myself, I supply. So the factory is nearby only. And he said, he shake my hand. Fantastic job.
Okay.
You have cracked there is a market gap. You are at the right time. We are with the right product.
Which store it was?
It was City Supermarket in Kardasura. So it was the confidence that I got by that time. After that, it was not a gradual growth actually. When we set up a plant in Kardasura for 100 kg batter, in 2 months it was 1000 kg.
Yeah.
We started with 100 kg, but the target was 500 kg to make it break even.
Yeah.
But in 2 months, 2 to 3 months, I believe, it was 1000 kg. So that was the confidence.
So basically, if you look at this journey, it took us 6 months to sell 40-50 packets a day. Then it took us 9 months to sell 100 packets a day. But then from 100 packets to 1,000 packets, it took us 2 months or 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
So once
Because
everything was set.
Once the product is stable, system is stabilized, then that gave us confidence to go expand. Okay, let's move forward. Tell us, maybe for the audience here, some struggles that we went through in the journey from your perspective. I would have shared my stories multiple times, but I would like them to hear from you.
The real struggle was, there was no kind of food background. I didn't know the standards. Each and everything I have to study face by face. Whenever I face the issue, then I have to study that. Then I have to address that.
Yeah.
So that was the first struggle. Yeah. Second struggle was even in Bangalore. We were a little premium from the day one.
Yeah.
When people were selling 15 rupees, 16 rupees batter, our price was 20 rupees.
Yeah.
When we started with 20 every day. Convincing the shopkeepers about the quality of the product.
Yeah.
They used to sell high margin product.
Yeah.
By the way, I have to thank the entire shopkeepers in Bangalore because they only supported us in the initial days.
I remember.
But initial days, most of them, they were looking
at the margin.
At the margin. That is, usual. So I used to go with 2-3 packets with each and every store, and they used to send me back. They didn't want to buy the product. So convincing them, it took time. That was the second struggle.
I remember one struggle that we really went through was the shelf life issue, because we're dealing highly perishable fresh food, clean label, no chemicals, no preservatives. But then, and of course, there was no proper cold chain in place, right? Some stores even used to switch off the fridge in the night, right? How did we manage that situation from your perspective?
Yeah, we used to educate the shopkeepers, but most of them, they switch off at night. But they themselves experience the battery issue. Once it puff, it will blast. The entire fridge is gone. So once or twice the incident happened. Then they themselves started maintaining the.
Yeah. One of the things that from a management perspective, I think that we tried to follow, even though it was like not properly documented as a strategy, it was like a zero inventory model, right?
Yes.
Whatever we manufacture today will go to the market tomorrow. 100%. Nothing is kept in our storage. Yes. There's no storage, by the way, during those days. And we never used to dump the product in the market, right? Whatever is required for the store for the day, we used to supply.
Yes.
1 or 2 packets extra is still okay, but we never used to dump the product. And of course, we ensured on-time supply every day, because I still remember, right?
On time.
Because if a store we commit to be delivered at 6 in the morning, we have to go to the store 6 in the morning every day. Yeah. Those things really helped us. Quality.
That helped us to
build the confidence,
trust,
right?
Trust.
Yeah. So a couple of things. One, quality, service guarantee, and thereby building customers and retailers trust.
Yes.
So before we go to the ID scale up, let's spend some time in discussing about the initial days of employees and employee engagement that we talk these days, right? How did we manage to get the right employees and retain them, reward them?
Yeah, initially,
because you were the HR manager at that time, right?
No. Actually, the initial 3 years, about from 2004 we have started, right?
2005, yeah.
2005, yeah. 2004 we have started Indiranagar, and 2005 we have launched the product. Till 2008, it was a kind of one-man show.
2007 end, I remember. 2008
so
I came on board.
Shamsu Jafar Narshad, and myself, I was leading the team.
Yeah.
Initial employment, what we have done, we try to, as per our initial understanding, we try to, it was a kind of supporting from the family. We took people initially from the family.
Family, then the village.
The people initially joined with us. I think most of them still continue, right? So it was their company actually.
So how did you bring in? I mean, I know you were not a so-called seasoned HR professional, but you were playing the role of HR manager at the time. Even though it is not officially HR manager role, but you were like handling the people, right? Yeah. How did you manage to engage them? Maybe talk about how you celebrate the success, how we used to play with them. Maybe then.
See, actually, the free times, we were playing carom, and whatever success, we used to discuss and we celebrate. Even from 1,000 packs onwards, every 1,000 packs, we were celebrating. Then there was a kind of team spirit, and again, not only in the sales, they were. I just want to share one story here. Our one employee, actually your cousin Mamuti, we had only 2 vans by the time, initial 2 vans. The Tata is vehicle, the service was available only in Pina. So one vehicle got breakdown. The other vehicle
was in the market.
So the next day, the half of the sale will go if this vehicle is not ready. Then after the sale, the other vehicle
pull the
pulled the vehicle to Pina, and when they reached Pina, it was night 8 o'clock or something. But the service, the people who were over there, they supported us because the Ace, it was launched newly. Then on the way,
the chain.
Not the chain. It was some kind of I don't know what they have used to tie it vehicle to vehicle. It was broken. So no way. It is only 1 kilometer to reach the place. There is no way to get the vehicle there. Then Mammootty used to wear the lungi. Okay.
Yep.
He removed the lungi and tied the vehicle and took to the place. It was a foreign lungi. It was a very hard. That was the spirit. It is their company and.
Interestingly, all of them are shareholders now, right? If you look at all those employees, we decided to reward them with the shares. Coming back on the 2011-12 struggle time, maybe why don't you narrate that story in a minute or so for us? The real struggle that we went through in 2011-12 time.
Yeah, so
we were not able to pay salary on time to employees, all those things.
So once we decided to expand the business, we were doing very good in Bangalore, and we started talking the expansion. We started in Mumbai, in Chennai, and we were not getting the business what we expected in Chennai and Mumbai. And whatever profit we were getting in Bangalore was not enough to support Chennai and Mumbai. So gradually we were going minus, and it was a very difficult situation. So either we have to shut down Mumbai and Chennai, or we have to stop the business. Then we are not able to take the loan as per our policy. So then we decided to meet some of our well-wishers and check the possibility in how can we address handle the situation. Then one of the person told me that you are fighting against the angels. So for survival, I think you can take the loan. That's what my opinion you think of. Then I came and we discussed again. Then he said we don't want to go against our policy, so we can check one more with one more person. So I gone to one of our good friends, advisors, and he said if you are going to close the business, it is good that you are proving yourself, you are maintaining your policy, and if you take the loan, then you are proving that
the industry business is not possible.
Industry business is not possible. So that statement, it was a kind of
eye-opener for us.
Yeah, eye-opener for us. Then we decided to, if it closed, let it close. We don't want to take interest in the business.
Yes. So let's go back to 2008. I started my 2008 February is when I decided to. I completed my MBA in 2007 from IIM Bangalore, and then immediately after that I decided to come on board and join ID. And of course, you and brothers had built the business to some level at that time. 2008, February when I came on board, between two of us or between the team, we had some kind of an understanding.
Yeah.
I think it is important for us to probably narrate this to the audience here on how that chemistry or the equation worked between the founders, right? So we looked at the strength and weakness of both.
Yeah.
And then we said, let us ensure that each person handles on their strength and other person's strength covers this person's weakness.
Yeah.
For example, in this case, you had good idea about manufacturing, procurement, quality, right? Maybe to some extent plant automation, and the front-end sales, when I said the distribution part of it. But maybe your weakness at that time was probably finance, HR systems, maybe marketing, or maybe even to some extent modern trade sales. Yeah. Those are the areas that I decided to start doing. And then, of course, as a team, we did set up a systems and process. And that 0 to 1 journey is something that you and your brothers traveled. Right? Of course, I was a support system, but I was not part of the execution team at that time. But a 1 to 10 journey is something that we traveled together.
In 2008, we have documented also.
Yes.
If you remember, we have clearly mentioned what is...
Our terms were documented properly. Our roles and responsibilities are properly documented. I think that really helped us to some great extent. A 1 to 10 journey that we traveled beautifully. I think we reached a 10 crore revenue in 12-13 time, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Around that time, 12-13 time, I remember, right? We had a 9 crore revenue. And then in the last few years, if you look at, of course, ideas traveled the journey very well in the last few years. We have now transitioned this company from a family-run business into a professionally managed organization, but without losing the spirit of entrepreneurship and family-run business. I think that is the success of ID.
Yes.
In the journey, I think one important message that the audience could take away from this one is founders were very flexible in taking additional roles and handing over the growth part of the business or systems process to market professionals who are experts in that, right? That's when, if you look at 2009, 17 onwards, I think, right? If I remember correctly, we started hiring a manufacturing head, then a marketing person, sales head, all those things journey started, right? Of course, we also started hiring a CFO. And the journey in the last 5 years of ID, just before COVID, if you look at versus now, it's a transformation journey. Now it's a fully professionally managed organization. We both play at the role of a board, but operations completely handled by the team. But I think they're able to do a much better job than us.
Exactly.
And of course, we get the fruit of that. So I still remember one thing that Jack May mentioned. Beyond a point, money should work for you. So in this case, if you look back, I think that is a very important decision that we took at IDEA. Founders will never become a bottleneck for the growth of the organization. Founders will be flexible to take up additional responsibilities and different roles within the organization in such a way that let the experts drive the growth. I still remember in 12-13 time, we got a buyout offer, right? Do you remember? Right? And we decided not to take it. It's been 12 years now. I was just looking at the numbers today. That time, I think our buyout offer was around 20 crores. 28 crores. Today, we are a 5,000 crore brand. We took the right decision at that time, that not to sell the company at that time. But then, try to professionalize the organization and build the growth. And thereby, we also supported the organization, founders moving away from the day-to-day operational role and handing over the responsibility to the experts in the market. Maybe I think, according to me, what really worked was the mindset for the founders, right? The open mindset for the founders and start looking at it from a bigger picture rather than holding on to what I wanted to keep. How did you take that decision? Or how did you, what enabled you to take that decision?
See, actually, we started implementing a system, taking people from outside from 2017 onwards.
Yes.
But myself, I have taken the decision from 2014 because actually, whatever from my side I can contribute, I did my best. Then I need help from experts, or I have to hand it over to someone because I'm not an expert. I have my hands-on experience with the product, but if I want to see it in a global perspective, I have to be replaced or I have to be trained. It was a good decision actually. We were exploring taking people from outside from 2014. So myself, I have started talking to people from 2014 onwards, but we implemented from 2017 onwards.
So I think there are two parts to this. One, we did not move away completely from the operation role. We started contributing on areas that we can do better. Let's say in this case, when the day-to-day operation of the factory was handed over to a factory head, Nazarka, who was not an engineer, started looking at the engineering problems within the ID. Then we started modernizing the factory and built one of the world-class factory for ID. He's not an engineer, but he's a role model to many engineers. Automated the line and identified or developed a paratha making machine, which was not available across. All those journey is something that he was able to travel. But he got the bandwidth when he decided to give up some other role, right? If he was handling day-to-day operation role, he would not have been able to develop those machines. I think that really worked.
So actually, when I say I did my best, for example, the Bangalore plant, that is the biggest plant. It's almost 1 lakh square feet manufacturing setup. There is no proper consultant for that plant. I have done the layout. As per the layout, the contractor made the plant. So they were experts. We have taken support from experts. But what I believe, by that time, I know the product. I know the process. So till that level, I could develop the product, process, and factory. Then beyond that level, somebody has to take over. Then only we can go to the next level. That is the reality, right? So we always there with the reality.
Maybe I think before I summarize today's or conclude today's discussion, I want to ask you one personal question. When you decided to run away from the family 22 years back, right?
No, it is 33 years back.
Oh, 33 years back. When you decided to run away from the family 33 years back, you had a dream. And the dream was to go back to the village as a rich person. Today, you're a co-founder and one of the largest shareholder of a 5,000 crore ID brand. Did you achieve your dream?
Sure. I have achieved my dream
When I say achieve your dream, just want to clarify. As a young boy, when you decide to run away, your dream. I'm just talking about that dream.
In that sense, I have achieved a dream. See, actually, more than achieving my dream of becoming rich, I'm so happy that whatever business I'm doing now, the quality of the business. One is that, it is totally clean label. Second thing, something unique in the market, because I never thought that we could develop a kind of system for the consumers. We decided to go clean label. When clean label means it's a tough job, but even then, we could manage it. Even see, for example, soda is an ingredient for idli dosa, but we decided to don't use because it's not an ingredient for idli dosa. It's not a natural ingredient. So
it's not healthy.
It's not healthy. So kind of system we could build. That's our achievement, I can say.
Go back to that role, a runaway kid, right? Now becoming a founder of a 5,000 crore brand. How would that boy feel?
No, see, my dream was not this big.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel that, a rich man means,
1 lakh rupee.
Even less than that.
Less than that, okay. No, so I think I was actually trying to bring that perspective. So if I now look back, a lot of things in your journey that resulted in the journey of ID, right? First thing, we ended up starting it in Bangalore because you decided to run away to Bangalore, right? If you had decided to run away to Mumbai, right, it would have been a different story. Instead of idli batter, you would have probably started a poha business, right? You would have still started a business, but that could have been a different business. Second, your retailer connect with your spices trading business.
Yes. It really helped. Yeah.
That's really helped. Third, your experience in the kirana store, identifying the local vendor supplying, idli dosa batter in a plain pouch with rubber band on the top, with hygiene, quality, service complaints, right? That as a market gap, identifying it, and then using that as an opportunity to build a business. If I have to summarize one important thing that you have achieved in your life as an outsider meaning I'm part of the family, but as an outsider, right? See, it's very easy to make money. There are a lot of ways that people can make money. But we as a team decided to travel the path less traveled, which is to keep the products clean label, keep it free from any chemicals, preservatives, soda, artificial flavors, anything else. In fact, we do not add any ingredients that our mothers won't understand at home. We decided to do the business the pure way, without taking shortcuts, without going the interest-based route, right, which was against our values, and thereby doing good business, and thereby making good money, using that for many good causes in the society. But the most important thing is to keep the family intact. Many businesses fail when we get more money, right? The family started thinking differently, and one brother would take up something else, right? Or they fight, all of them, right? I think your biggest achievement is to keep that team intact, right? I think you should be proud now. And as a boy who decided to run away, right, you're super successful from that perspective, right? I think in the whole journey, you made your parents proud.
Yeah, see, when my father's last minute, he was in a deathbed. Jafar asked a question to my father. He was nicely talking about, your daughters are not very rich, and they have no proper homes. They have homes, but how you feel? And he said, when you brothers are there, you will take care of everything. Yeah, I know that. So he was so happy that we were together, and we can each other, we will support. He was pretty sure about it.
Great. I think let's end the discussion with a thought for the benefit of this audience. The last few hours of discussion, if I had to summarize it in the next 1 minute, a couple of things that really worked in the journey of ID. One, a team who was very focused, a group of cousins who were flexible in terms of changing the KPIs sometimes, taking additional load sometimes. Third, in a scale-up, systems and process. And then handing over our baby to experts who can do better job than us, and thereby creating a legacy for the world. In this whole journey, as a team, we decided to fight a war against chemicals and preservatives and unethical practices in the business. I am happy in this journey. Miles to go before we sleep, but then I think it's a good start. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.